Hello and welcome to How to Turn a Doorknob 4. I took these sticks and I arranged them into sort of a doorknob shape, and I really like them because I've been playing Elden Ring way too much. I'm terrible at it, but I do like the aesthetic. It looks like old bones and old gnarly branches that you fall off of. Anyway, I stuck all that to the bottom of the plastic tub, and then I mixed up some epoxy, and then I threw in way too much pigment, which is fine because it turned out this really brilliant red color. So then I poured that in as slowly as I could, try to make sure it was nice and even. By the way, I reuse plastic. This is a canister from the soup place. The soup was delicious. It was some kind of a thyme soup. Anyway, I don't know why they say it thyme. It's spelled thyme. That really throws me off. I don't know. Like people that are named Thomas. Why isn't it Thomas? That's kind of cool, actually, I think. Thomas. Anyway, put it in the pressure pot. It turned hard, and then it turned out to be this brilliant red color. I really love it. So then I took a little cheesy plastic measuring cup and hot glued to the bottom of it, and then I threw some of this seriously dark black pigment into some more resin and poured that in. I really liked how this turned out. I really took a long time too pouring it in there because I wanted to make sure it, didn't catch any air bubbles or whatever. Threw that in the pressure pot. You don't need to see that twice. Turned hard, and here it is. And there we have it, our blank. A cool red, black, and wooden knob. Anyway, I wanted to take a moment to talk about Filmic Pro. I use that to make my videos. They don't pay me to say it, but you can use your watch to see what the camera sees, and I love that. Anyway, we put the blank on the lathe, and here we are. Now, in the beginning, all I'm doing here is just trying to make the thing vibrate less. So as you can see, I'm just trying to get it into a nice circular shape, going over all the rough spots. You can kind of see them as it's turning because it's like a little bit of shine coming through, like right in there in the corners. But I've gotten most of it already by this point. And as I get a little bit farther in, especially here in the front, you'll start to see some of the wood poke through. This thing, I was already excited with how it looked as I was going through it because I thought the red just looked really cool with the wood. There you can see it's kind of peeking through already. Anyway, I removed the tailstock because it was nice and even and wasn't going to vibrate so much. Just got to work getting down to the wood. Look at that. That's awesome. That looks like the type of doorknob a dragon would have. Anyway, then I got to work on the stem. And I wanted to be able to see as much of that wood popping through as I could and still keep it sturdy. A dragon knob should be sturdy. Anyway, so we continue to clean that up, getting rid of any rough spots, and trying to go over it a little lighter at this point because I want to make sure that I don't have to work too hard sanding it, which is coming up next, I think. Anyway, yep, there I am, sanding it, using the 220 grit to start with, and then you use 400 grit after that. By the time you're done with that, it feels like glass. That is a reusable tack cloth, and oh, look at that. Haven't put on the finish yet, but it all just looks like bones. I love it. Right? Ugh, so happy. Anyway, let's put some linseed oil on that. Boiled linseed oil. And that just, to me, oh, that made it look so good. That super dry wood just soaked that up. And the stem, too. The black and the wood looked really cool together, I thought. Boiled linseed oil, you got to make sure you read the instructions on how to use that so that you don't start a fire. You definitely don't want to store the rags and towels in a box somewhere. It will actually self-ignite, which might seem appropriate for a dragon knob, but I don't want anybody burning their house down. So be careful with that. After that dried and I removed the excess, now I'm putting on this friction build polish. This stuff is basically shellac, and it makes anything super glossy. It just picks it up from the towel as it's spinning and builds and gets really super glossy. I love it. It's like a little addiction. All right, here we go. Oh, that turned out great. God, I'm so happy with that. Look at that. Oh, man. And all that just from some old sticks that were in my gate. Yeah, we remove it with a parting tool. Now I'm thinking, what if you use this in the game, right? Maybe it's a shield? Huh? Well, let's just test it out. This is how I think it would go. Find yourself a stupid dragon like this one, And you're so confident you don't even pick up your runes. Take your big finger and smack. You got to get off your horse to use the dragon. Oh, dude, I was getting off my goat horse. That's fat. No, don't you do it. Don't you. Oh, that's uncalled for. Anyway, so there it is, in its rightful place at the top of the door of Knob, where it can be admired. That is the door to my voiceover studio. Anyway, there it is, folks. If you like this, if you enjoyed it, you can like it, you can subscribe, but I really hope that you'll share it with somebody who might need a good laugh. I ran out of footage. Anyway, thank you for watching.